In most years, the Solemnity of St. Joseph wouldn't get a whole lot of attention, but because it's right after St. Patrick's Day, which, at least in the secular world, has a whole lot more interest. You know, you don't see St. Joseph Day specials at the liquor store, right? So, and in fact, St. Joseph has always been kind of a neglected figure in the history of the church. It wasn't until John the 23rd, in the kind of the last Latin version of the Missal that was promulgated in the early 60s, that he was in the prayers in the Eucharistic prayer where we mentioned him by name, right? And then when the English came out again, they took him out again, and Pope Francis, not too long ago, put St. Joseph back into the Eucharistic prayer again. He's kind of a neglected figure. But fortunately, this year, during this liturgical year, basically, we have this wonderful opportunity to remember St. Joseph and to focus upon him in a particular way during this year of St. Joseph. And it will continue until the end of the liturgical year this year. And many people have been taking this seriously and kind of rediscovering, or maybe not even rediscovering, discovering St. Joseph as a great role model of discipleship, as it should be, because he certainly is. One of the aspects of this year of St. Joseph, there is a very popular prayer that has been promulgated called the Litany of St. Joseph. And it's a typical litany, and it's all, it's a bunch of titles of St. Joseph, and then you respond, pray for us. And it's a typical litany. And it's certainly been a prayer that I think people have found helpful and meaningful this year. But there's one line in that prayer that has really attracted people's attention. I find this fascinating, personally. When people talk about this year of St. Joseph, they will often mention this prayer. They will often mention this line. A number of folks have been coming to confession, for example, have reflected upon, I'm doing the consecration of St. Joseph this year, and it's been a wonderful experience, and there's this one line in that litany that has really grabbed me. What is that line? And I bet a lot of you know it already. St. Joseph, terror of demons. That's an interesting title, because when you think of St. Joseph, there he is, holding baby Jesus in one hand and a lily in the other. He's not very terrifying looking, is he? He's never presented that way. He's always presented in iconography and in literature as this very kindly person, as this very humble man, right? A simple man, a man who was a carpenter, who worked with his hands, and who actually was the, and whatever word you like to use, to talk about his relationship to Jesus, right? I mean, he's kind of his earthly father. That might be the best way to put it, right? This father figure to Jesus, this husband to Mary. Nothing flashy, right? He doesn't do any miracles in the Gospels per se. Why does it make sense? And why do people grab onto this image of Joseph as terror of demons? Because he's not very terrifying. Totally the opposite, isn't it? He's very appealing. He's an attractive figure. And especially for men. Men have a hard time with spirituality things kind of in general, it seems. Right? And especially in the culture we live in today. What does it mean to be a man anymore? Right? There's a lot of confusion out there, it seems. But St. Joseph offers us a really powerful, in his own way, right? Not powerful in the, I'm going to beat you up and make you conform, but powerful through his authenticity. There's a real man. And I think that's, again, one of the reasons why this year of St. Joseph, this consecration to St. Joseph, has really caught the imaginations of so many people. Why is he then the terror of demons? And I think it's because of all those things we've just said. Because of his authenticity. There's no flash there. He's just a humble, authentic man who did exactly what God willed him to do. Nothing more, nothing less, totally faithful, no show. What a powerful witness that is. And in fact, that should tell us something about what demons are afraid of. Right? Demons aren't afraid of the show. Demons are afraid of authenticity. Right? The evil spirits, however you want to, interpret, however you want to, make your own that image, whatever that means for you, right? That notion of evil is repulsed by authenticity, is repulsed by fidelity, is repulsed by the simplicity of doing God's will. Right? And St. Joseph is just a powerful witness. And, you've probably all heard this before in a homily, right? But when does he do his best work? When he's asleep, right? Joseph goes asleep, has a dream. God tells him to do all this stuff. Nothing fancy. He wakes up and he does it. Right? What a powerful witness of fidelity and faith that is to us. And hence why St. Joseph should be raised up as he has been this year. He's a very worthy role model to all of us in what it means to be a Christian disciple. And we give thanks to God for giving us this simple, humble man as a model for ourselves. And we hope and pray that we might in some way be able to follow in his footsteps.